Hi guys, this is the YLC and this is our presentation about a bunch of different topics, so welcome. So we're all going to go ahead and introduce ourselves. I'm Maya Ali. I'm a first year member on the YLC and I'm from Houston, Texas.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Smith. I'm a second year member of the YLC, and I'm in St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada.
Hello, my name is Kendall Leishing. I'm a first year member of the YLC, and I'm from East Greenwich, Rhode Island.
Hi, I'm Ann Moeller. I'm a YLC alumni from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Okay, so a little bit about who we are as the YLC. The YLC is a diverse group of young leaders, and we bridge the gap between like Best Buddies staff, and then we also work through targeted outreach, material development, and collaboration. So we have several different projects. Our council is made up of 27 members across the United States and Canada, and we're a mix of those with and without IDD. Our goal is to improve the Best Buddies experience with participants and to have a positive impact overall on the Best Buddies community. So a little bit about council geography. As you guys can see, we are all spread out, like I said, all across the United States and Canada. So it's really cool. We get to work with people on the other side of the continent as us and just all across different regions. So a large group of people is represented by the YLC.
Howdy, my name is Garrett Tomaszek, and I'm the chair of the Young Leaders Council. I'm from Houston, Texas, and a member of the Texas A&M University chapter.
My name is Maddie Quigley. I'm originally from Rhode Island, but now I live in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm a co-chair on the YLC, and I'm an alumni of the Maryville University Best Buddies College chapter.
Hi everybody, my name is Sophie Dalton, and I'm from Arlington, Virginia. I'm one of the co-chairs of the YLC, and I'm also a part of James Madison University Best Buddies.
Hello everyone, my name is Margot Mealy. I'm from Willimantic, Connecticut. I am a YLC co-chair. I'm also involved with the Best Buddies Eastern Connecticut State University chapter. I'm a state ambassador, as well as helping with the Best Buddies Connecticut Friendship Walk Committee as a mission co-chair and the champion of the year.
Hi there, I'm Stephanie Lauren Smith. I am a part of the Best Buddies Young Leaders Council, second year member, and I'm also a part of Best Buddies Brock University here in Niagara, Ontario, Canada.
Hi, my name is Grace Elmore, and I'm from Ithaca, New York and Greencastle, Indiana. This is my first year on the YLC, and I'm involved with Best Buddies at Cornell University.
Hi, my name is Jada Thompson, and I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I am a second year member, and I'm currently involved in citizens, jobs, ambassadors. I am a state and global ambassador, and I'm also a member of the Diversity and Inclusion Committee.
Hi, my name is Evan Story. I am currently from West Palm Beach, and I am in my first year in YLC, and the programs I am in are citizen and jobs.
Hi, my name is Eleanor Hawkins. I'm from Washington, D.C., and this will be my first year on the YLC. I'm part of the Best Buddies Ambassadors program, working as a speech coach. I've also participated in my local leadership cohort for the VADC region, and I'm also the co-founder and co-president of my school's local Best Buddies Promoter chapter.
Hi, I'm Jamie. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I'm a second year on the YLC, and I'm involved in Citizens Best Buddies.
Hi everyone, my name is Matthias. I am a first year YLC member, and I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. A part of serving on the YLC, I am also an officer at a high school Best Buddies chapter.
Hi everyone, my name is Maya Ali, and I'm from Katy, Texas, which is near Houston, Texas, and I'm a junior in high school. This is going to be my first year on the YLC, and I'm super excited. And other ways I'm involved in Best Buddies include being the chapter president of my high school chapter at Seven Lakes High School, and also being a 4-year member of the Houston SAB.
Hi, my name is Vanessa O'Connor, and I'm from Irvine, California. I'm a second-year member of the Young Leaders Council. I'm a part of the Friendship Program, including Citizens, College, and eBuddies. I'm also a part of the Leadership Development Program as a state ambassador for Best Buddies in California. And finally, I'm part of the Integrated Employment Program. I have been gainfully employed since May 2022.
Hi everyone, my name is Amy Gibson. I am from Dallas, Texas. I am a first-year member on the YLC. I was the chapter president at Bishop Lynch High School, and I was also co-chair of the North Texas Student Advisory Board for 3 years.
Hi there, my name is Isabel Hughes, and I am from Dallas, Texas. This is my first year on the YLC, and I'm a chapter president at a high school chapter for my school, which is the Hockaday School.
Hi, I'm Ben Hayworth, and I'm from San Clemente, California. I'm a first-year member of YLC, and I'm a state ambassador for Best Buddies.
Hi, my name is Zane Landon. I'm from Chino, California. I am a first-year member, and I'm part of in high school, I was part of the cabinet for Best Buddies at Walnut High School, and last year I was part of the Long Beach Best Buddies Friendship Club.
Hi there, my name is Michelle, and I'm from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I'm a second-year member on the YLC, and I just recently graduated from the University of Toronto, Scarborough, where I was a member, part of that chapter there.
Hello, my name is Kendall Leashing and I'm from Rhode Island. I am a first-year member of the YLC and I am part of the LaSalle Academy Best Buddies chapter.
Hi, my name is Marina Rouse and I'm from Rentham, Massachusetts. This is my second year on the YLC and I'm a part of the Best Buddies program at Villanova University.
Hi everyone, my name is Danielle. I am from Dublin, California, and I'm a second-year member on the YLC. I'm also part of the Friendship and Ambassador programs here in NorCal.
Hi, my name is Nathan Moldovsky, and I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm a first-year member of the YLC, and I'm a part of the Homestead High School Best Buddies chapter, as well as the Best Buddies Wisconsin Student Advisory Board.
Hi everyone, my name is Will McLennan. I am from Arlington, Virginia, and a second-year member on the Youth Leadership Council for Best Buddies. I am the president of Virginia Tech Best Buddies down in Blacksburg.
Hello, I'm Ian Dorelli. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. I am a first-year member of the YLC. I am going to Vanderbilt next fall, and I'm super excited to be a member of their Next Steps program and Best Buddies chapter. And most recently, I have been the Best Buddies Promoter Chapter President at my school and a state ambassador.
Hi, this is Paul Brooks Jr. from Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm a global ambassador. I'm also in the jobs program. I'm also in the friendship program as well. Well, this is my second year in the Best Buddies YLC.
Hi everybody, my name is Zachary Siegel. I am a second-year member on the Best Buddies Young Leaders Council. I currently go to school at the University of Texas here in Austin, but I'm originally from Dallas.
And then a little bit about what we do on the YLC. So we work on various projects called initiatives. Each initiative is basically just designed by a group of YLC members who will carry out that initiative from start to finish, which includes like the planning process and then executing it. We also host roundtables, panel discussions, and give presentations about the Best Buddies community. And we do assist the annual Best Buddies Leadership Conference, whether it's in person or virtual, kind of like this setting. And we promote YLC to the Best Buddies community and interview potential new council members. And then a little bit about the council structure. So we are all spread out, so it's a lot of virtual interactions. And then basically we have the chair and the staff liaison at the top, and then it splits up to co-chairs who work on different kind of sections of YLC projects where a lot of the initiatives will fall under.
Council structure cohort. These are 3 different initiatives under each cohort. Leadership has Student Advisory Board, SAB, and fundraising. resources, has mental health and wellness, accessibility and employment. Outreach has social media, YouTube, and YLC blogs. Our outreach initiatives. YouTube, one example of an initiative is a YouTube channel. We make content highlighting Best Buddies participants, advocates, YLC members, and more. Social media. Another initiative is social media. We use Instagram and LinkedIn to connect with Best Buddies leaders and highlight our community.
Our initiative, SAB plus mental health. Student Advisory Board. The purpose of the Best Buddies Student Advisory Board, SAB, is to bridge the gap between the staff perspective and student experience for local, state Best Buddies initiatives. Members of the SAB will work together to conceptualize unique initiatives dedicated to the education and empowerment for Best Buddies. Mental health and wellness initiative focused on creating a dialogue around mental health and wellness. Mental health has a history of having a negative stigma. The YLC is inspired to create resources for chapter leaders, equipping them with knowledge on how to best approach Best Buddies participants struggling with mental health issues. Benefits of joining. Opportunities to network and work with other passionate young leaders. Getting to grow your communication and leadership skills. Professional development opportunities. Witnessing your ideas come to life and have a positive impact on others. Having lots of fun.
Requirements to join. So there are several requirements to join the YLC. First of all, you must commit to serving a 2-year term. You also must be able to attend the leadership conference, which is either in person or virtual. You also must have experience as a chapter leader in the Best Buddies program or as an ambassador. You also must have a strong commitment to the Best Buddies mission. Furthermore, you must have proven leadership, communication, and organizational skills. There is no age limit, but we recommend that you are at least 15 years old to apply. You can also be from any country, but we must be able to speak enough English to communicate with fellow council members and be able to attend our virtual meetings, which are typically in US Central Time Zone. So how to apply? Applications for the council open on February 1st. The application can be found in our Instagram bio or on the link which is featured here. there are 2 stages to the application. First of all, there's a written application, and this portion has a wide range of questions that assess leadership skills and experience. Secondly, there's a phone interview. This stage allows a group of applicants to move on to the second stage, where 2 council members interview 1 applicant at a time. We ask questions to get to know each applicant better and see if they are a right fit for the council. Finally, we score the applications, and the top applicants get selected to join the YLC. The next term will begin April of 2023, and we encourage anyone who's interested to apply. Now, how to stay connected with the YLC. You can follow us on Instagram at Best Buddies YLC. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Best Buddies YLC. You can also subscribe to our monthly email newsletter, and there's a link to that in our Instagram bio, and the newsletter will feature updates about the YLC. And finally, you can email ylc@bestbuddies.org with any questions that you have.
Okay, so now that we've discussed a little bit about what the YLC does and what it is, we're going to move on and discuss leadership and communication. So a Best Buddies leader can look like a lot of different things. Some examples is you can be a Best Buddies leader as a chapter officer, by being involved in the ambassador program, or by serving on other programs like the SABs and the YLCs. Another amazing thing about Best Buddies is you have lots of opportunities to transcend as a leader. So for example, you can go from being a regular member to holding an officer position within your chapter, to then moving up to VP or president, and then finally being involved in a student advisory board or the YLC, for example. So now we're going to discuss just general things that make a good leader. So the most important thing about leadership is time management. As a leader, you need to kind of check in on yourself every now and then, and making sure that you are allocating enough time to planning events and then giving yourself enough time to actually executing those plans. So leadership is a lot of time management. You're going to want to plan out any events, meetings, anything like that in advance to make sure you have enough time to get those things done. Another important thing about leadership, especially in the Best Buddies community, is collaboration. So as a Best Buddies leader, I like to think of 2 types of collaboration. The first type is what I call small scale collaboration. And this is you're collaborating with fellow Best Buddies leaders or officers, and you're just working with your team to plan out and get things done. And then there's another form of collaboration, which I like to call larger scale collaboration, which is very important in the Best Buddies community, which is where you're going to be collaborating with whole businesses, for example. So if your chapter would like to host a spirit night, you may be contacting businesses, or if you're trying to get donations from a certain franchise, you're going to be collaborating with other companies to get that. All right, so some more things on what makes a good leader. Delegation. So it's really important as a leader to understand that you are not alone. So you can work with your team. If you need help, don't be afraid to ask for it. No shame in that at all. And another really, really important thing, if you are a VP or president or a leader with a higher responsibility role, to delegate tasks depending on your teammates' strengths. So for example, if you notice one of your officers is more on the quiet side, a little bit more shy, you don't want to assign them the task of giving a speech in front of the entire school, because that might not fall into their necessary strengths. So just making sure that whatever tasks you are assigning align with each person's strengths and weaknesses to maximize the best success for your chapter. Another important thing about being a good leader is team building. So as a leader, you will need to find a balance where you're not necessarily like a control freak who wants to do everything themselves, but also you're not like a boss that's not doing anything at all and just assigning tasks. So finding that balance is really important to build a good team dynamic. And also just understanding that if you see teammates struggling, to just step in when needed, check in on your fellow leaders. All right, so probably the most important part about being a leader and being successful in Best Buddies is communication. Learning to communicate consistently is key because that way you can ensure that everyone's on the same page for everything at all times. So within Best Buddies, you're going to notice that there's several communication lines that you need to be participating in. So the first type of communication that you'll need to maintain is kind of like just communicating with Best Buddies staff when needed. So if something's not going well, or you need help on a big project or something, just making sure to reach out to Best Buddies staff, or maybe bigger programs such as the SAB, YLC, etc. Another type of communication that you will need to maintain is working with your sponsors and your officers and your advisors. So this is kind of pertaining to like chapters, where you're communicating with your teammates frequently to make sure that everyone understands what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, and how it's getting done. That way you guys can execute your plans much more efficiently. And finally, keeping members and parents updated is very, very important. Making sure whatever like presentations or projects you're working on, you're sharing those with people so then it can reach the maximum amount of members. So now due to COVID and just like technology in general, communicating via social media is very, very important. So making sure you have a good form of communication through social media can be important because it helps inform members of like upcoming events or projects you're working on. So it's really important to maintain social media on various platforms such as Instagram, YouTube, just like several of the ones we've mentioned for the YLC earlier. And then also having social media will encourage it. You can help have your members participate more by encouraging them to send in pictures to be featured on your accounts. And another social media tip is using tools like Canva to structure posts, to make them, add text, whatever, to make them more presentable. So as you can see on this slide, this is just a couple examples of, these are just screenshots from one Best Buddy account's Instagram page where they use it for making announcements to officers, making announcements to members. One of them is advertising Friendship Walk, providing information for the walk. One of them showing different events. One of them is advertising a car wash. So you can use social media to share many, many different types of information in an easy, accessible way. Okay, so this is a popular question of people who want to be involved as Best Buddies leader, but don't really know how to start. So the answer to that is just start somewhere. Every school, every program has a different structure. So there's not like one singular path, but you can find out that information by talking to the current officers and people in leadership at your school or the Best Buddies program you're trying to get involved in, and just asking them how you can be involved. Another way is to join a committee if your school or program offers one. That could give you some leadership opportunities, and just making sure you're watching out for deadlines if you are applying for an officer position next year. And another important tip for being a leader is, even if you're not actively doing something, you are still learning. So if you're in an officer meeting and you're not really doing as much as some of the more senior officers, don't worry, just sit there, observe, and learn from them. You can learn from both their mistakes and their successes and help implement them when you have a larger leadership role in the future.
Okay. Next, we're going to talk about accessibility. So for accessibility, it's really important that we ensure that our events are accessible to everyone, especially with an organization like Best Buddies that prides ourselves on like serving people with intellectual and physical disabilities. So it's just really important that we ensure that our events are truly accessible to everyone. So accessibility means easily used or accessed by people with disabilities. It's important that all Best Buddies events are accessible for all participants with a wide range of disabilities. So it's just really important that we consider everyone when we're planning our events. Every Best Buddies leader has a role to play in making their events more accessible. So it really, we really need like collaboration from everyone in order to ensure that our events are accessible and ensuring that everyone is considering accessibility when we're planning events. The following slide has a list of tips that you can use to make your events more accessible, and they're designed for school chapters, but they really can be utilized by everyone. So here is our list of tips for accessibility or to make events more accessible. So number one is to have captions for any videos that you present. So this just makes it easier for people that have trouble hearing, just make it more accessible for everyone. Also to use large print, it just makes it easier for everyone to be able to read. Furthermore, have your members fill out a survey at the beginning of the year with any accessibility needs they may have so you can plan ahead. So just by doing this, this will allow you to be proactive and to address everyone's needs. Furthermore, for out-of-school events, make sure you look at the event's venue ahead of time to ensure that it is accessible for everyone. So whenever you're planning an event, just making sure that everyone is able to attend it and that the venue works for everyone. Also have multiple ways of communicating event logistics ahead of time, such as emails, group me messages. You could also send paper forms home. So communicating is really important for accessibility. So just making sure that you have clear and straightforward forms of communication. Also, make sure to have a sensory-friendly option or room at the event. Furthermore, have someone translate messages and communications home to other languages that members and their families speak. Best Buddies as an organization, we do pride ourselves on our diversity. So it is important to ensure that we do consider like different languages and make sure that is truly accessible to everyone. Finally, talk to your advisor before the event to make sure there isn't anything you're forgetting. Other accessibility tips. Be aware of members' food allergies when serving food at events. So you can be aware of this just by using that survey that we mentioned at the beginning of the year. Also, strobe lights or flashing and blinking lights may trigger seizures in some people, so try to avoid those. Also, if you are watching a movie as a group, try to avoid having the room be completely dark. Some members may not like the dark, and it can be dangerous for people trying to get up and walk around. Also, be aware of how loud any music is to ensure that everyone can participate in the event. Finally, if you think something might be accessible, ask. Ask your members or advisors and coordinator if it's a problem. Always feel free to ask questions. I think that's just like the best way to find out what people need. And part of being a good leader is making sure that you're constantly asking people if they need help with anything. Okay, so with accessibility, it's really important to consider the difference between equality and equity. So equality is basically giving everyone the same thing, which you can see in the picture to the far left. And then equity is giving everyone what they need to succeed. So in Best Buddies, we want to create equitable spaces. So we try and give everyone what they need to be their best selves. Something has to be accessible for everyone before it can be equitable. And finally, tips for being an accessible leader, which Maya touched upon in her slides, but just to reiterate some of the points with a specific lens on accessibility. So first of all, be proactive. Check in with your team frequently to see if anyone needs assistance. As I mentioned earlier, you're not going to know what people need if you don't ask. Always feel free to ask questions and schedule one-on-one meetings if you can see that people are struggling. That will really make you a really great leader. And if one person is struggling, then your whole team can't thrive until everyone is thriving. Also, as I mentioned earlier, communicate in a direct and clear manner. Be empathetic and patient, which involves developing an others first attitude, which basically means just considering the needs of everyone in your team. Finally, ensure that your events and meetings are accessible, which we just gave you a ton of tips to do that.
Why inclusion matters. People feel seen and heard when they're included. Inclusive spaces can make people feel comfortable and like they can be themselves. Inclusion allows people to meet others who they may not have gotten the opportunity to meet otherwise. Everyone deserves the opportunity to be a part of their community. Your leadership in Best Buddies helps create inclusive communities where people with and without disabilities can form friendships, and it reduces bullying and division. I have been a part of Best Buddies at Brock University in St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada for 15 years. I'm a member of our executive leadership team where I serve as a buddy advocate. As a buddy advocate, I participate in chapter planning meetings with the leadership team. I speak at volunteer information sessions. I help with the recruitment of members. I receive feedback from chapter members and share with the leadership team. I advocate for the buddies and their needs. Ensure people are staying committed to their buddy pair. I also serve on the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee for the City of St. Catharines, helping to promote inclusion in my area. I was accepted to the YLC in 2021 as one of 2 members from Canada. We were the first ever YLC members from outside of the US. I heard about the YLC on Instagram when Best Buddies Canada posted about it and I decided to apply. I'm currently serving my 2nd year on the council. Last year I worked on the Ambassador Initiative. This year I work on the Accessibility Initiative, helping to promote accessibility standards within Best Buddies. I like being part of the YLC because I've been able to learn from other leaders and bring what I've learned back to my own chapter and community.
I have been a part of the University of Michigan Best Buddies program for 18 years. My first leadership position was buddy director. I looked out for all the buddies and made sure everything was going okay with their peer buddies. I met with the other officers on our leadership board and worked with them to improve our chapter. My current leadership position is Public Relations Officer. I help all the other officers with their tasks. I ensure that all of our events are accessible and that all members' needs are being met. I collaborate with the other officers on the leadership board. I've done different ambassador trainings with Best Buddies, learning public speaking skills and how to share my message. I've given speeches in different places about Best Buddies. I have attended multiple Best Buddy leadership conferences. I was on the YLC from 2016 to 2018. I worked on the chapter outreach committee and liked being able to help other chapters. I helped run workshops at leadership conferences on behalf of the YLC. I made a lot of new friends and connections through the YLC. Now I am in the YLC alumni group, which connects former YLC members together. I've also helped open 2 Best Buddies chapters at schools in Michigan. I'm also a part of eBuddies, which matches people with an online pen pal. I've liked everything about being a leader in Best Buddies. Thank you for listening, and please remember to follow and subscribe.